seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys the second game that I'm casting for the Friday Night Live Dota 2 Cup Season 2 stuff thing. And this one is going to be a game of matrimony and horribleness, of Nat Gaming versus Zebra Kingdom. And actually, let me go ahead and switch over my overlays before I forget. Because I almost forgot, guys, almost forgot. I apologize. But yes, all these games are best of ones. I did not know that last time around. I thought it might have been a best of threes, but that's not that big of a deal. So it's going to be Nat Gaming versus Zebra Kingdom, and just to show you guys the brackets really quickly, I should have had this up already. There we go. I gotta open up Internet Explorer and all this stuff, all these hoops I gotta jump through. Just because I love you guys, I'm gonna cast it the way I should be casted. Yeah, but Zebra Kingdom versus Nat Gaming, and okay, brackets.
5 seconds remaining.
There we go, there's the brackets. Alright, and my nice little fancy production value-esque type overlay. We got Zebra Kingdom versus Nat Gaming, which means that Nat Gaming beat DGM in their last game, and we're moving on to this bracket right here. The last game we did cast was SVRN versus Core2Net, and I'm not going to tell you guys who won that game, but if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Pretty awesome game. A little bit one-sided, sure, but still an awesome game nonetheless. Alright, let's go ahead and call this away. And let's go and talk about these bans and picks, because we see some pretty standard things going on already. The last game around, there was an Invoker ban of Core Gaming versus C2N. Actually, no, that's Core Gaming, my bad. Was it Core Gaming versus SVRN? They had the Invoker ban, they had the Ember Spirit ban, they also had the Lycan ban. So those are standard bans so far, or similar bans so far. And they had a Centaur Warrunner first pick as well. Silencer is the only unique ban that we see on the side of Nat Gaming this time around. And I think that might be a target ban. I'm not too terribly sure, I gotta be honest. But usually people don't ban or pick Silencer nowadays because he doesn't really do too terribly much. His global silence is always really nice. I think it's a very nice ultimate. AoE, or a global silence, is really nice. Especially when those team fights do break out and you want to try to give your team that advantage. And also, Silencer's damage does become a big thing to worry about when you start to get to the later portions of the game. Mainly because if Silencer's just there when you die, he just steals your intelligence. So not only are you losing some mana, but he's also gaining some damage and also a mana pool to spam all his abilities. So Silencer ban out, I can kind of throw some logic in there, but I don't think it's the most important thing to ban out. It could be it could be a sign that Nat Gaming maybe want to go for something super special that Silencer's just really good at stopping. I don't really know yet. We'll see very soon. But as far as Nat Gaming's pickups, they pick up the Clockwork. They also pick up the Enigma. And I was going to argue that a Silencer would be nice with a Clockwork. Because usually what you try to do is you try to do like a Rappel Global. So you Rappel in as Clockwork, and then you drop the Global ulti as Silencer, and then you just make it to where the enemy team is like panicking. It's like, oh crap, we can't do anything, and oh man, our carry got caught out, or something like that. So it's a little odd. I don't say that much. I think Silencer could have done without a ban. And maybe they should have banned out a Rubik. Yeah, sure, hindsight's 2020, but if Nat Gaming knew they were going to go for Enigma, Rubik is probably one of the bigger people that you need to ban out, because he can steal the ulti, he can just make it that much less fun for your team to actually use it. Moving over to the picks on the side of Zebra Kingdom, they picked up the Rubik, like I said before. Nice little counter pick to the Enigma, and also just a preemptive counter pick to anybody else who has a big ultimate. Maybe even a counter pick to Clockwork in some retrospects. But moving over to the side of the bans on Nat Gaming, they banned out the Nyx Assassin. They also banned out the Night Stalker. Night Stalker can get super aggressive, super fast. So it looks like Nat Gaming want to sit back and rest on their laurels, let the carry get a bunch of farm, and just have no ganks whatsoever happen. Yeah, okay. The bans are a little bit shaky, I'll say that much, on that gaming side, but I do see where they're trying to go. Like I said, they're trying to make sure that they can get their farm. Night Stalker's heavy on gank. Nyx Assassin, he's heavy on ganking. Silencer, he's heavy on, not really ganking, but he's heavy on the counter initiation. Basically, Clockwork rappels in, Silencer drops his ulti, and then what? I mean, Nat Gaming can't do jack squat, to be honest. And Mirana's going to be a pickup on their side, so they're going to counter the aggression of the enemy team by banning out people who can be aggressive versus them, and then be aggressive. That said, I think Zebra Kingdom might be open up to a Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter would be nice as far as throwing out those tracks and getting that extra gold to make sure that they have a better mid game than Nat Gaming do. And the only drawback to that, though, is that it's a bounty hunter. I mean, he dies pretty fast most of the time. As far as the bans on Zebra Kingdom side, they banned out the Darkseer. They also banned out the Naga Siren. That Song of the Siren can counter-initiate fights pretty darn well, and it also can help Enigma get into a better position for his black hole. So I do see the logic in that one. And Darkseer, for obvious reasons, if you vacuum, oh man, that'd be so sweet. Vacuum power cogs, vacuum power cogs and black hole. That's like everybody caught in the biggest wombo combo of the century. And oh, by the way, just to add insult to injury, Clockwork can actually rappel in afterwards and stun everybody who's involved in it, because he passed through. So some cool stuff. Nat Gaming, we'll see how they decide to deal with this lifesteal though, because if they do decide to go late, which is what I called before because they banned on a bunch of people who have a bunch of ganking potential or put a bunch of mid-game pressure on them, if they do decide to go late, they have to make sure that their carry can actually go toe-to-toe with the lifestealer. And there are plenty of carriers who can go toe-to-toe with lifestealer. One that I would like to see, honestly, but is less likely to happen would be a DK. Mainly because DK has some really nice push, and once he gets level 16 of his dragon form, he can just kite lifestealer all day long. The ice dragon is nothing to deal with, or the ice dragon ain't nothing to mess with.
10 seconds remaining.
That said, that does require DK to hit level 16, and it might be too late by that point. Lifestealer might be just too snowbally, and might be too dominating by that point. And also DK is pretty weak as a carry because he needs his levels really hard, and if you put him mid, that means you're going to be taking levels away from a potential Warlock mid, which we'd like to see Warlock support, but we can dream, can't we, guys? We can dream. Besides, there's going to be a pickup on Zebra Kingdom side, so we're going to see some nice little Soul Assumption action going on. They do have some nice burst damage coming up from Rubik and Centaur, so that should be nice for Soul Assumption charges. And also the Grave Chill is going to be really good for helping Lifesteal get into range to throw out those open wounds. Nat Gaming banned out the Puck, which is good. That stops some of the people who can stop them, specifically Enigma and Warlock. They have a lot of trouble versus the Puck. And to be honest, I think Clockwork would have been a nice little soft counter to Puck. Not necessarily like a super big, oh my gosh, counter Puck and she's immediately useless. But more so, he throws his power cogs in the middle of a team fight and it just disrupts all kinds of stuff. Like Puck can't really orb in and do exactly what she wants in that retrospect. But she's banned out nonetheless, and Faces Void is going to be banned out by Zebra Kingdom, which I did not foresee if Faces picked up, but that would have been nice. That would have been nice. Nice call on Zebra Kingdom side. Basically drop a black hole and have Warlock throw out the Fatal Bonds, and then after the black hole is over, Faces Void drops a Chronosphere and then just kills everybody who's left. That'd have been cool. That'd have been cool to see, but sadly, we will not be seeing it, guys, because we are officially blind to that strategy. Instead, we're going to see what Nat Gaming decide to go for next, and they need a carry, unless they want to go carry Mirana, which I'm not a fan of, and actually go for a Bloodseeker who has some mid-game presence. It's going to be really nice versus a Lifestealer to some degree, and it's also going to be really nice versus Bloodseeker versus Lifestealer. It's going to be interesting to see. I still think it's nice for Bloodseeker versus Lifestealer because Bloodseeker will get the extra move speed. He'll also get the extra damage coming out from that thirst. But on the same token, Lifestealer can just infest a creep, and Bloodseeker can't do anything but just sit there and watch. So some interesting stuff. Expect to see Zebra Kingdom go very aggressive late, and expect to see Nat try to get their aggression going as soon as they possibly can. With the Viper pickup on the side of ZK, I think they were just trying to deny the Viper pickup on the Nat, or maybe they were just trying to do something else with the Viper. But for the most part, we're going to see Viper mid. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. So let's go ahead and do introductions. Starting off on the side of the Dire this time. Starting off on this Mirana in the fancy showcase mode. On this Mirana, we see Walden Sud. Moving over to this Warlock, we see Dash B, or Negative B. Or B negative. Haha, I get it, guys. Blood type. Moving over to this Clockwork, we see Easter Bunny, which is a lie. You are not a bunny, sir. You're obviously a rattle trap. And then it's Enigma, who's looking pretty darn cool. We see Hi-Ho on him. And last but not least, on this Bloodseeker, we see the one, the only Vin, looking pretty angry. Look at him. He just looks angry. Just looks very angry. Moving to the side of ZK or Zebra Kingdom, we actually got a smoke game going up top. They're trying to go up top and try to get some wards placed down. But on this Visage, we have Shaki who's actually hanging out on the backside. Moving to a Centaur War Runner, we see Zintify on him. And on this Rubik, we see Lone R. Get it, Loner? Lone R on that Rubik. And on this Lifestealer, who's actually hanging out in the safe lane, hanging out in the trees by himself. Just feeling pretty scared, pretty afraid. Probably taking a dump or something. We see La 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 555 666 on him. And last but not least, on this Viper, who's actually flying with the creeps, hanging out with his peeps, trying to be the baller that he always wants to be. I'm sorry, guys. We see blank underscore on him. And that ends all the callouts on the map. And let's go ahead and get into some of this action, because I think we're going to see some crazy stuff happen up top. Because we got 3 people around the corner. Enigma's going to walk into the jungle. He's not going to like what he sees. He actually immediately gets telekinesis. The stump comes off for Centaur War Runner. Here comes the damage. Here comes the deeps. Here comes the dead Enigma. First blood going to Lone R. And that is going to be the easiest kill of their life. Nice play coming out from them. They knew Enigma was around the corner. They had the observer placed here as well, so they can see when Enigma did decide to go through. And the chain stuns, man. It's worse than the chain smokers. Who made that song? Hashtag selfie. Get it? Chain smokers, chain stuns. So anyway, Bloodseeker immediately placed himself on a nice little observer on the high ground, so you can see where Viper is, and if any rotations do come through, that's gonna be good for him. Especially considering that he really needs to get his last hits. Like, he needs to get his last hits in order to survive this lane. Otherwise, he's gonna be actually lose his life. And Viper actually getting a lot of free right clicks on top of Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker really just shrugging him off because of that because of that bloodbath. It's actually kind of gross. He also has one Tango shared. I don't know if he's going to be going for anything fast, like I don't know, Ring of Health or something, but he probably, yeah, he could have got the last hit. He's actually taking a bunch of damage. Gets healed up, 82 damage, or 82 HP. He smells blood right now, and the blood that he smells is in the form of a wild, probably Enigma. Yeah, they do see Enigma. Enigma's in the jungle. He's actually going to be forced to run away. Wait, where's Bloodseeker smell blood from? Okay, he smelt blood. I think Enigma might have healed himself or something. Bloodseeker actually playing a little bit too yellow. He actually might be, yeah, he will be losing his life here. He can't really do anything but just start trying to run away. Not going to be enough. The pings do come through. Visage just coming around the front side just in case, and he was going to help him get the kill anyway. Meanwhile, up top, Centaur versus Clockwork. They're just sitting together, being best bros forever. And Centaur saying, "Hey bro, here's my love for you," in the form of blood everywhere. So Lifestealer here, he's actually going to force Bloodseeker to smell blood. They do see he's down bottom, all by himself. The Fatal Bond's doing a little bit of damage, doing a little bit of work. And Mirana just having some fun in this offlane. I actually didn't talk about these lanes too much. Actually, speaking of lanes, we got mid Bloodseeker taking a bunch of damage, getting focused down. This is really good at coming out from the ZK. They're going to be able to get that kill on top of Bloodseeker. But really, that's what it's all about. They need to make sure they shut down Bloodseeker. Because if they can shut down the mid game of Nat, then they can easily transition to their own late game. They might be able to even bring their late game more forward because they have that much more of an advantage. But it's all going to come down to Lifestealer versus Bloodseeker, and so far Bloodseeker's not doing too terribly well. Luckily for Nat, though, they have themselves a Mirana, who's actually doing pretty darn decently. 3 last hits, no deaths, no kills, no assists. Actually, okay, I thought she was doing decently, but Lifestealer surprisingly has 14 last hits. Just been go ahead and take the risk, get a last hit here or there. So the harassment damage is not as strong as I thought it was coming from Nat. And actually they're shoving their lane quite a bit too. They're just kind of right-clicking the creeps, pushing lanes into the tower, which I think is a mistake, because the further Bloodseeker's out, the further Lifestealer is out, the better. And actually, speaking of people getting far out, we got one rotation around the corner. This is a Rubik coming down around here. Visage is going to be coming around from the other side. The Observer does scout him out, so they do know about that. And they do ping it, saying, "Hey bro, you need to be careful. Mirana's going to be a little bit of trouble. Wild side, he's going to get telekinesis here very soon. Telekinesis does fly through. The stun can fall through from somebody else. Actually, Open Wounds does miss. Nice little Fatal Bombs coming out from Warlock. Going to be able to catch everybody who's involved and just doing a little bit of damage to people who are around the corner. Mirana actually taking a bunch of damage. One more right clicks off Visage knees now. Mirana does eat a tree just in time. Open Wounds comes on top of Warlock. Warlock in a little bit of trouble. He might be going down here, and he's going to throw himself a nice little words, but not going to be able to find it. Lifestealer and crew are going to be able to get the kill on top of this Warlock. And the arrow from Mirana does fly, does miss. If it would have hit, I think it might have killed somebody. Sadly, it doesn't. And so far, Nat Gaming are just struggling to get what they want. I think it's all coming down to Mirana not really roaming as much as she needs to. She does see the Visage around the corner, though. The arrow can fly. She's just going to toss the arrow. The arrow does fly, does miss. Just barely off time. Just barely off time. Here comes the Fatal Bonds. They're actually getting quite a bit of damage, and Bloodseeker smells blood from 3 people. He's actually going... I was about to say he's going in on top of Viper, but he's not. He just right-clicked him like one time. Marana arrow flies, Marana arrow misses. I think flies pretty darn fast. And it looks like they're pinging on top of Marana once again. They want to go for something. Bloodseeker smells blood for one source. I'm not too sure who, but actually we got Lifesteal, we got Centaur Warrior ulti coming through. Bloodseeker does die mid. Meanwhile, Warlock is about to be dying down bottom. Telekinesis comes out from Rubik, and Rubik is going to force him to go back. Rubik wants to go for some more damage, but sadly he has no more mana for anything. He's about to be going down. He officially loses his life. Warlock going to be losing his life to the Lifesteal as well, and Warlock going to be going down. So, in all of that madness, Viper got a kill on top of Bloodseeker mid, which is phenomenal for him. He's doing an excellent job versus Bloodseeker. And down bottom, Warlock lost his life. Rubik lost his life as well. But I think the bigger deal is the fact that the further back Warlock gets, the further he's away from Rock, which is his ultimate. His chaotic offering. My bad. Rock is what everybody calls it, but. And the further he's back from chaotic offering, the further back the team fight is for Nat, and they really want their team fight to be on point. At the very least, Enigma, he is free farming in the jungle, but on the flip side of all that, people are dying in all the lanes. Clockwork just lost his life up top to the Centaur Warrunner. All the blood is everywhere. Rubik did rotate in for that one. So it's gonna be a heck of a game for Nat to fight back into. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that now because the late game advantage is in favor of ZK, and as I said before, if ZK can get or just stop the mid-game pressure coming out from we got Bloodseeker in a little bit of trouble. He has no boots right now, but he's going to be taking a little bit of damage. Silence does come through on top of Visage, so Visage has 4 more right-click power. And now we got Viper going to get himself a kill on top of Bloodseeker. Easy kill is easy. One of the drawbacks of a Bloodseeker is he has no escape, absolutely no escape. And he's going to have his ulti up very soon too, so he's going to want to be aggressive now, but he's been getting picked off over and over and over to the point to where even Centaur and Lifestealer have their ultis. The only person who has their ulti on that side is, of course, Enigma, but he has not been bothered in the jungle ever since his initial murdering. And what do you do when you have the advantage, guys? That's right, you get more of an advantage. You buy yourself a Hand of Midas. So gonna go ahead and pick up that Hand of Midas. It's flying out to him right now. It's gonna be great for him to get further and further ahead. Marana, she's almost level 6, so they might be able to go for a gank here very soon under the effect of the Moonlight Shadow, and Chaotic Offering is 2 levels off from Warlock, so it's gonna suck for a little bit. I'm actually slightly questioning the build coming out from Marana, and I'll say only slightly because she does have herself an Orb of Venom, which can give her like a 4% slow, which is cool and all, but you also have to, Centaur Warrior ulti's going to go through. They're going to go on top of Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker a little bit trouble. Marana force to pop that ulti. She will be able to use it, and Rubik going to be able to get the kill on top of Bloodseeker. Sadly, it takes like 3 seconds for that. For the invisibility to actually go through. Clockwork Flare does come mid, just cuz. And it does officially miss. Arrow from Marana does fly. It will be able to hit on top of Visage's face, and Visage is going to take a nice little chunk of damage. Marana going to be forced to leap away. And the midget leap does go through. It's only level 1. And here's Visage, level 6. Purged are out. Centaur up top. Tranquil Boots of all things he went for. Bloodseeker still smells blood though. 2 sources is what he smells from now, and Bloodseeker really needs to get these ganks off. His Rapture was used last fight, but it didn't really get any kills. So we'll be up here very soon, but he's going to be getting himself some farm. Trying to see if he can chase something. Trying to see if he can find himself a Lifesteal, but Lifesteal is a little bit too far away. Meanwhile, on top, we got Clockwork getting surrounded by everybody. He has power cogs, but he wasn't able to use it. Chain stun to death. Just chain stun to death.
Dire's top tower isn't well at the moment.
Meanwhile, Lifesteal's in the jungle. I think Bloodseeker still smells his blood. Nope, he doesn't. Alright, so a few things that were mistakes on the side of Marana, like I said before. I don't necessarily agree with the Orb of Venom. It's only a 4% slow, which is nice when you're going against a solo Lifestealer, I guess. But to be honest, I mean, they could probably get more right-click damage off if Marana would have went for her earlier phase boots, which looks like she's going for power treads. So earlier power treads instead of going for that 275 gold for that. Meanwhile, down bottom we got Centaur Warrior ult getting used. Bloodseeker getting caught on the worst way possible. He's going to get murdered immediately. Warlock don't have the slow, not going to be enough. Arrow from Marana does fly, does miss everything, and Warlock he's going to lose his life here. Marana she might lose his life as well. She has a leap available, but she's going to be able to get out just in time. Viper having all kinds of fun in this mid game. Surprisingly, the mid-game advantage is going to ZK, which I totally called on the Nat side because they had the Clockwork, they had the Bloodseeker, But they need those abilities to be online. They need the coordination to be there, and it is not there at this current point in time. And as a result, ZK are just dominating this middle game, or this earlier game. The mid game is technically not here yet. Technically. And for those who want to know numbers, mid game is usually considered like the 15-minute mark, 10 to 15-minute mark, and it goes until like the 25-minute mark, and then after that you start transitioning to the late game. Which, I mean, it all depends on the game. Sometimes mid-game can happen a lot earlier. Like, if nobody's laning, and everybody's just roaming around ganking, that's technically the mid-game. But the laning stage is probably over, not probably, the laning stage is pretty much over right now. So they're starting to roam around more. Trying to play 5-man Dota. Rubik stole himself a spell. He stole Leap. But it's only level 1. Blink comes forces into our nice little chunk of damage to Mirana, and actually Clockwork looking for looking for an opening. Mirana died so fast that he couldn't even react.
Dire's bottom tower is in turmoil.
Mechanism is already up on Viper. He has been getting a lot of kills, so it's not too terribly unexpected. Meanwhile, Clockwork's getting caught inside the trees. He's going to be forced to run away. Easter Bunny doesn't want to die like the Easter Bunny. Spoiler alert, guys, the Easter Bunny doesn't die.
Tragic ending.
Intensify, trying to use those trying to do that Tranquil Boot micro. Just dropping the Tranquil Boots for you. Right clicks, and Mirana actually throws out her Moonlight Shadows. They're going to come forth and try to kill things. Clockwork looking for a Rapple. They're going to be able to find a Rapple if they know it. They do see him. They're going to go Rapple on top of Rubik. Rubik is going to be caught. Arrow from Mirana. This just barely missed. Beautiful leap coming from Rubik. Centaur War and ulti getting used to help everybody else run away as well. And it looks like nobody's going to die from that. But that would have been a beautiful thing because Royal ulti was dropped as well. And it looks like he's going to lose his golem too. Oh man, it's going to suck. 100 gold going towards Gryffindor. It so ends all the craziness. 15-1 charges on Easter Bunny on that Clockwork. Mirana working on power chest because she knows she needs to become the carrier now. We got Bloodseeker. He has his power chest finished, so that's a good thing. And he's actually in the off lane, trying to push the lane. I think he needs to just go ahead and continue with the push instead of run towards this fight. But he's actually going to run towards the fight. Air from something hits. Air from Rubik hits us on Warlock's back, and he is officially dead. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker smells no blood. Seriously think he needs to just go ahead and push that top tower. Meanwhile, Clockwork forces to use his power cards. Just trying to keep himself alive. Gonna be able to do that. And oh man, arrow from Rubik does fly. Just barely missing that Clockwork. My camera's doing weird things. My bad. Enigma shows up out of the jungle. Has no mana for the black hole.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And looks like all the Eidolons will be down before they split. Come on, split. Split you. Oh, he doesn't split. Not fast enough. So like I said, Vin on that Bloodseeker doing the right thing, hanging out up top and pushing this lane, which he needs to push a little bit harder, but now he needs to officially run away. The rotations are coming up top. They're going to try to defend this top tower. Just some creeps. Not too terribly much damage. Meanwhile, the Dire are all gaggled, or these words are difficult, guys. They're all gathered around their mid tower, just trying to protect that. Bloodseeker TP's down bottom, looking for a kill on top of something, trying to find some familiars. Finds nothing of the sorts. Everything looks strange and unfamiliar. Get it? Strange, not familiar. Okay, fine. Arrow from Rubik flew and hit on top of Easter Bunny's head. He was looking for a Rapple. And this is really one of those games where the aggression all comes down to Clockwork, or to two people, literally just two people. And that's going to be coming from Clockwork and also Mirana. The more aggressive they be, or the more aggressive they are, the more that the rest of their team can do. Bloodseeker can't necessarily be the first one to jump into a team fight because he wants to be there later in the team fight. He wants to be there when everybody else is taking a bunch of damage and all he has to do is just run in and just kill people who are left. Meanwhile, we got the arrow from Mirana, gonna fly, or arrow from Rubik, gonna miss. Clockwork rappels forward. Mirana sadly did not leap far away enough, and now we got Rapple coming up from Rubik. He actually stole 2 spells. Nice little play coming up from him. The kills do go towards ZK. Clockwork gonna be the only casualty though. And the mechanism is available for blank, so they can actually go for a nice little team fight. Bloodseeker's down bottom, trying to push his lane. Mirana ulti is going to get used. No detection is on the side of the ZK as far as I'm concerned. And I see no gems, no sentries as a sort. Middle tower does go down, so the ulti from Mirana is not going to be initiating anything. Clockwork, he already uses ulti. So him coming back in is not going to change much. And the black hole's up though. Black hole blink dagger on Enigma. He's basically just a walking ulti at this current point in time. As opposed to an Enigma who decides to go for a mechanism, which I think his team, it wouldn't change much. If his team had a mechanism on their side, they probably would still die just as fast. The damage coming up from ZK is pretty darn high. Centaur Warrunner has that crazy double-edged damage. Viper has his poison sting and everything else. Life stealer, right click. And Rubik, he has whatever he steals.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Fierce and Dire have fortified their structures.
Alright, sorry guys, we got something happening. We got the ult getting used by Warlock. The fight's going to be happening around the corner. Looks like the people who are going to die are once again Nat side. Lifesteal taking a bunch of damage. Clarker Raffle does go through, does miss everything by the sounds of it. Warlock looking like he's in a lot of trouble. He's going to officially be going down. 300 damage going toward, coming up from the side. He's going to be able to get the kill. Now Mirana, she's going to be the next one. The Veil of Discord is available somewhere. Somebody has a Veil, or somebody was just hit with a bunch of damage. I don't really know. Can't really tell. No, that was Rubik's Zap. That was Rubik's Zap. Okay. That was a Veil, my bad.
Dire's top tower is not on top of things.
Okay, top tower gonna be going down. The fight did kind of go a little well. No, not well. They lost too many people. They killed the Life Stealer, so they were able to claim, what, probably like 1,000,000 gold. Actually, what, really? Only 300 gold? They claimed 300 gold. No speed coming out from Life Stealer, so that's why there's no bonus gold. But yeah, the black hole is still online for Nat. So maybe if they can catch a few people in the best spot possible, then they can probably win an easy team fight, but it's still going to be pretty close. Meanwhile, was that booster jobs or was that just a TP scroll? No, just a TP scroll from Rubik. They killed the Bloodseeker mid, and I'm just missing all kinds of kills, man. But really what it's boiling down to, guys, is that ZK have shut down everybody who needs to not be shut down. They've shut down the Bloodseeker. Enigma hasn't really been able to find the angle to actually initiate the fights because he really needs his team to be aggressive. They've also, to some extent, shut down Clockwork because I'm pretty sure he's died at least 3 times. I was going to say 5, but 3. And Warlock, his ultis have not really been on point. I think they've been a little bit too early. But considering how far back his team is, I can't blame him too much. Because you don't really know how long you're going to survive as a Warlock, especially in this current state of the game where there's 3 Blink Daggers on the side of ZK. Lifesteal has a Blink Dagger, Rubik has a Blink Dagger, Centaur Warrunner has a Blink Dagger, everybody has a Blink Dagger, and oh, by the way, Enigma's working on a BKB. I'm sorry, wrong team. And oh, by the way, Visage is working on the Aghanim Scepter. But Enigma working on the BKB is going to be nice. They don't have anything that can go through BKB on the side of ZK, except for if Rubik steals the Black Hole, of course. But everything else, there's nothing that can stop Rubik. Nothing that can stop Enigma. Actually, Enigma's going to be a little bit trouble. Mirana going to be used at Moonlight Shadow. No Desolate Appearance getting used on the other side. Looks like Warlock's going to go ahead and throw out the slow. The slow not going to be able to do, not really do anything. Not going to contribute much to the fight. But the Moonlight Shadow is officially on cooldown. Rubik, he didn't steal anything new. He just has Fatal Bonds, which is going to be good. Somebody's around the corner. Mirana's around the corner. She's forced to leap away. And Wild inside. I don't know, guys. ZK are pretty much dominant in this game. Centaur Warrunner ult again used. Bloodseeker once again getting caught out. He's actually silenced up. The Blade Mail gets used, but he gets tornadoed up. Coming up from Bloodseeker, coming up from Centaur of all things. Kind of silly. Zinsenfy on that Centaur Warrunner, getting himself a very unusual item, and that is a tornado stick, of course. But it definitely helped him kill Bloodseeker. Just hold him down long enough for his team to show up and just assist him in murdering this thing that seeks blood so much. Speaking of things that seek blood, up top we got Lifesteal about to be going down. He will be going down. The Rappel does come through from Clockwork. Lifesteal officially losing his life. And also the Midnight Pulse was there as well, so doing some nice chunks of damage. Rubik comes forward, zaps from Mirana, and she officially goes down. Sad Mirana is sad. Just kills getting traded now. And really, at this point in the game, Nat doesn't want the kills to be traded. They want things to go in their favor. Because they haven't really been going in their favor all game long. I mean, Enigma has a Blink Dagger, he has a Soul Ring, it's good for him. But ZK have so much of a lead that it doesn't matter. Like, Enigma could probably blink in an ulti Black Hole right now. And it'll probably do just as much as if Enigma blunk in an ulti at an optimal time where all of his teammates were there to do damage. Because I really don't think Nat can actually kill ZK outright. There's just too much. There's just too much available for ZK to use, and not enough on the side of ZK. Like, their people have been shut down so hard. That's not even funny. Like, if you take a look at the net worth, just to help me push my point a little bit further, the net worth shows that almost everybody on the side of ZK are ahead. The only person who's competing is Enigma. That's because he has not been bothered this whole entire time. He's been in the jungle free farming. He's only died twice. 105 last hits for him. Keep in mind that a lot of these are creeps. And wow, okay, cool. I didn't know that. It shows you what spell Rubik stole. You guys saw that, right? It like popped up what spell Rubik stole. Like Rubik gained arrow. That's cool. My ulti is used Viper Dawn with a nice little Viper Strike because he has an Aghanim Scepter. He's gonna go ahead and spam it out whenever he wants to. I think it only costs like what, 150 mana? 125. Arrow from Runner flies, hits Rubik in the face. They're gonna ping on top of him. I don't know if they really want to go on it though. The flare does fly through. Clockwork could have rappelled in. No, he couldn't have. He couldn't have. The bird was there too close. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker using that Blade Mail, trying to get some damage on top of Viper, but sadly, I think Bloodseeker's damaging himself more than he's damaging Viper with that Blade Mail. And Enigma looking for the perfect moment to blink in. He will be able to blink in soon. But one thing he has to be careful is the birds. I don't know if the birds are affected by the black hole. I feel like they aren't. Which is really gonna suck. He's got arrows getting thrown back and forth. Finally, someone gets hit with the arrow. B is going to be getting hit. Lifesteal blinks in, goes for some damage on top of B, and B will officially be gone down. No rock for you. The Tornado Stick gets used on top of Enigma immediately. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker throws out the nice little ult on top of Viper. Viper does get the kill on top of a wild Enigma, so Enigma, no black hole for you. Once again, Bloodseeker forces to pop himself a Blade Mail. Viper will be killing himself with that. And now Clockwork and crew will be running away. People who are left. While ZK just come knocking on the doors, just gonna go ahead and rip down this tower while they're here. Easter Bunny, he can't throw power cogs, will do so, and Official loses life, gets thrown on the other side of the power cogs. Nice little death pulse or midnight pulse coming out from Rubik, just doing a nice little chunk of damage to Clockwork, and whoever else shows up, and I think that's pretty much everybody else who's left alive. And yeah, this is more or less one-sided. I'll say that much. 43 gold goes to Marana for that arrow. Not feeling too good about that, but hey, could be a lot worse. She could have not got a lot of it.
Middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Enigma comes in the middle, throws out the black hole, guesses everybody, but sadly gets tornadoed up by the Warlock, or by the Centaur. And now the Warlock Golem does come through, does a little bit of damage. Nice little AoEs everywhere. The black hole gets stolen by Rubik. He uses it on everybody who's involved. He'll officially be losing his life, but the monster kill does go towards the Visage. Lifestealer, he's about to lose his life. He's going to be able to survive. I think he just jumps out of somebody. He comes back in, he's going for the fight. Dust of Appearance does get used, so nobody can run away. Clockwork Rappels does miss because the Warlock Golem was in the way. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker ulti does fall on top of Lifestealer. Tornado Stick gets used on top of Lifestealer, or gets used on top of Bloodseeker, but Bloodseeker can't still smell the blood, so they know exactly where Centaur is. They have his card officially. Now Rubik is in a little bit of trouble. He gets silenced up. He's going to go for the right click instead. Clockwork will be losing his life here to the Rubik. Nope. Magic Wand gets used, and he's going to be able to survive just barely. The silence does come through on both sides. Blade Mail gets used by Bloodseeker. He's going to be doing a little bit of damage to everybody who's involved, but not going to be enough to kill people. He actually loses his life instead. Meanwhile, Clockwork forces those power cogs. I think he used on the high ground. Nope. Yeah, he used on the high ground around here. And things are happening everywhere, but, I mean, Nat or Scrappy, I like the fact that they still have that fighting spirit, but I don't think as much that they can really do to keep ZK from coming back, because the net worth is officially showing that Rubik is at 7,000, and the highest person, and Rubik is the lowest on the side of ZK, or Zebra Kingdom, and he's at 7,000, or 8,000 now, if you round up. And Enigma, he's the highest for his team, and he's at 7,000 if you round up. So that gold deficit is just giving the items a very disgusting advantage. Like, you see the items on the side of ZK looking pretty darn nice. Aghanim Scepter on 2 people, or 3 people, my bad. We also have a Blink Dagger on 3 people. We just got big items everywhere. Centaur's working on a heart. Viper's working on a heart. It's going to be almost impossible for that to kill people. Even with a perfect initiation, even with a perfect pick-off, I don't think it'll be enough. Speaking of perfect pick-off, they try to go for the Centaur war, and the Centaur just pops it, ulti, runs away. Enigma trying to run away as fast as he possibly can. Not going to be able to find anything, but just throws a Midnight Pulse. That's really about it. Bloodseeker ulti does come through on top of this Viper. Viper does get hit with the Rappel. They're trying to go for the kill on top of Viper. Viper just might be able to turn around, go for a kill on top of Bloodseeker. Blade Mail does get popped, and he does get healed up. So nice little play coming out from Bloodseeker, and now Clockwork's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to trap himself in his own little death ball. Lifesteal is going to go ahead and throw out all the right clicks. The power cards do come through just in time. Battery Salt's trying to do what he can. Not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Warlock's going to be going down. Bloodseeker trying to stay alive. Not going to be staying alive for very long because the blinks do come through. He's officially gone. Double kill going for La. 555. 666. And this should be the final push coming out from them.
Dyer's middle barracks are getting it.
Should, theoretically. But they can actually still go for Roche if they want to. They can try to get 20 slotted. I think the only thing that they're missing on their team really is a sheep stick, and that's just to make sure that Enigma can't do anything. Enigma almost has his BKB though, so that's good for his team. This is a silver lining in the clouds.
Dire's top tower is
But he still has to be wary because Rubik can still take spells even while you're magic immune. An arrow coming up from Rubik. Rubik gonna toss the arrow out, catches Mirana. Meanwhile, Lifesteal's on the backside, just doing all kinds of work to Enigma's face. Enigma does officially go down. Warlock, he's gonna be next. Since our Warlock ulti gets used, they're trying to catch the Warlock. They do run through him, and he's officially gonna be going down. Mirana gonna be dying in her own fountain. No, she's not. She's gonna be able to survive. The regen a little bit too strong. Meanwhile, Battery Slug coming up from Rubik. He's gonna be able to use it, but not gonna be enough to keep him alive. The birds are in the form of threes, and they did take up some nice little tower shot or fountain shots, but not enough to help them get any more kills. And really, it's kind of like a back and forth. It's like some things are too much, some things are not enough. When it boils down to it, guys, ZK have done a great job of shutting down Nat's important people, specifically the Bloodseeker. If Bloodseeker would have started snowballing, I think it would have been all but over for ZK because they would have ended the game mid-game, as opposed to this later-ish game, which this is actually mid-game, by the way. 25-minute mark. Late game is usually considered, like I said, after 30-minute mark. So maybe 30, 35. That's when the mid game starts. But we're not even gonna make it that far because ZK, they're just saying, "Hey, bro, we're so dominant that you can't even do anything to us." Centaur comes forward, pops himself a blink dagger, pops himself a tornado stick on top of Enigma. Enigma taking a nice little chain stun damage, and he officially goes down. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker ulti gets used on top of Lifestealer. He armlets up. And he's gonna go and stand still. Just kill people who show up. They decide to walk to him. Clockwork should have rappelled in instead of doing what he did. Meanwhile, Blade Mail gets used by Bloodseeker. And besides, damage himself for 307. Doesn't really care though. That Grave Cube is close, cute, and nice and healthy.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business. Dire's bottom barracks are gone.
And it's gonna be Mega Creeps coming out for Zebra Kingdom.
The Radiant now have Mega Creeps.
As you heard the man say, the Radiant now have Mega Creeps. As he says. So we're just waiting for these last two towers to die, and like I said, I commend them for having that fighting spirit to continue to go on, even though things are looking very grim for them. But sadly, they're not going to be able to pull anything back. They're not going to be able to have that miracle comeback at all. And Zebra Kingdom are going to just claim this middle tower, last middle tower standing. It's like more fountain farm is going on. We got Centaur Warner gonna pop that ulti. Bloodseeker, not Bloodseeker, Clockwork taking a bunch of damage. Power Cogs are gonna be his own coffin. Meanwhile, Centaur does take a bunch of damage. He's trying to suicide, but not gonna be enough. He can't suicide with that ability. TP's to his tower, tries to run mid. Not gonna be fast enough because his Ancient's gonna be going down. And as you heard the men say, they're doing things to Dire's Ancient. Oh, will Rubik survive is the big question. He will not survive. The Ancient does die, and Rubik died before it. Sad. Rubik is sad. And that is it for this game, guys. GG's going out from both sides. GG indeed and Nat Gaming are going to be dropped out of the series because these are our best of ones. And Zebra Kingdom showing that, hey bro, we can dominate the mid-game even if you guys try to go for something more mid-game heavy. So that is it for this cast, guys. My name is CulBlu. I just watch you guys this game in the Friday Night Live Dota 2 Season 2. Friday Night Live Dota 2 Series Season 2. And yeah, this is Nat Gaming versus Zebra Kingdom. And the victory does go to Zebra Kingdom. Sorry, I'm at a loss of words, my bad. I'm trying to think what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, alright. If you guys want to follow me on my stuff, or if you want to check out some of my stuff, you can find me on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBlu Dota. You can also find me on Twitter, which is @CulBluDota. I'll update whenever I'm about to like post a video or something, or live stream. Every rare occasion I actually do live stream. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and as always, I'll see you guys whenever.